Excellent.
Blue bears. Blue bears.
Are we streaming?
We're streaming. Hey everyone, and welcome to Awesome Hardware. This is episode 23, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
You're watching the second half of the show, side B. If you're watching the re-upload on YouTube, you should maybe watch the first half of the show first.
Yes.
That's Kyle's half, side A. It's on his channel, which is Awesome Sauce Network. Or not. I mean, his side of the show is usually inferior to mine, so we'll leave that up to you.
It's the first joke you've told all week.
I know, it never gets old. In the meantime, though, thanks to all you guys who are joining us live. If you watched the first half of the show, you know certain things now that you did not know before. I don't.
Like the tweets I might have sent out to certain VIPs.
like Kyle tweeting stuff, scandalous tweets to Lauren from Tasty PC TV.
That's right.
And
It's all very promiscuous.
and a massive lemon, just a huge lemon.
No, you're not supposed to.
Oh, we didn't bring that up yet. I thought we forgot to bring that up.
Wait, I was going to bring it up.
Oh, we're gonna bring it up.
Yes.
Anyway, we're
Forget that.
We'll start off the show with some announcements, as we typically do.
Yes.
One is that, hey, have you seen my new shirts?
Yeah.
Look, PyroBlaze557 tweet. He got a shirt here. He tweeted me a picture.
Nice.
I wanted to show that on the stream.
You got to get him to tweet pictures of them wearing
He
it.
got the gray one. Well,
we can be
that
like-
comes in phases, right? You know, you
There's a
just got
follow-up
the
picture.
shirt. You're so excited, you want to take a picture.
I don't have time to put it on.
But anyway, if you don't want to buy Kyle's shirts, they're available on awesomesaucenetwork.com/store. He has his limited edition shirts with clever sayings on them that are running out
Yes.
since they're limited. He has his CPU cooler shirt, which he'll keep re-upping because people keep buying them.
Indeed.
Or if you don't want any of that stuff, you can go to my store, which is store.paulshairbard.net. I have my new Thumbscrew logo shirts, which are loading up very quickly here.
Mm-hmm.
They look like this. I am wearing one.
You are.
They're very soft. That's what I love about the shirts. You wash them and they're just so soft. Yeah, just right there, Kyle. Oh yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I blacked out. What happened?
Other than shirts, I have also got glassware. So if you want to buy glasses, we got glasses, we got mugs.
Yes, indeed.
All very high quality stuff.
And by the
so
way,
check it
if
out.
you happen to buy a shirt or a piece of merchandise from either of our stores during the live stream, you will get a personal Johnson
Yes,
shout out
we're gonna yell
from
Johnson.
me or Paul. If you buy Paul's shirt, you get a Johnson from him. If you buy my shirt, you get a Johnson from me. And Johnson, by the way, to Eric.
Speak of the devil.
Eric from Wow, he's from Santa Ana.
Oh, nice.
That's right around the block from me.
That is very
actually.
close to here.
We are brothers in geography. Yes, you're from the
All
same
right.
demographic.
Thank
you, sir. I appreciate that.
Now, guys, I handed out a lot of Johnsons in the first half of the show, Kyle's
did.
half.
You did.
I'm gonna real quick just run down all the names really quick. Angela, Peter,
Do
Kevin,
it.
Rodney, Lenny, Eric, Philip, Richard, and Danny Johnsons to all you guys many times over, and also Michael. Just jumped in there at the end as well. So Michael is the most recent Johnson recipient, so to speak. Anyway, okay.
Sweet. First off, beer roll call.
Beer check.
Yeah.
We're still drinking Kyle's beer.
Getting
That's
down.
left over from Kyle's bachelor party.
Right.
Which is from Kirkland Signature. That means it came from Costco. Buy in bulk. It's actually not bad. This is their craft beer selection. So this is the blonde ale that we're both on the blonde ale right now.
Yeah, this is the first blonde ale from them I've had. I was drinking their IPA and their pale ale
The
earlier.
blonde isn't too bad. I like the brown ale.
But you know what?
It's so clearly labeled.
But you know what would go really well with
Brown
this
ale.
blonde ale, Paul?
What's
is some
that?
lemon.
Some lemon?
Some if we had some
It
lemon.
could.
But unfortunately, I
Yeah.
have a lemon with it, but I only have one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I don't know if that would be enough, Kyle.
I think
just
with
one lemon.
I don't know if one lemon's going to cut it, honestly.
Jesus! Look
Yeah.
at the size of that goddamn lemon.
Is it big? I
That
guess
is
it's kinda
massive.
big. Yeah.
Why is your
Maybe a little
lemon
bit.
so big, Kyle?
I have a green thumb.
That's quite an impressive specimen.
My thumb is much smaller than my lemon. But yes, here's a Paul's mug, Paul's Hardware mug for scale.
It's like we're having a lemon party over here.
My favorite kind of party. So yeah, we have this on reserve for in case we need it.
We'll be cutting that up later. and
Fortunately, we
making-
don't have a knife big enough to cut it.
I know.
Yeah.
But later on, for next week's show, we'll have like 20 gallons of lemonade made from that lemon.
Plan.
All right.
Getting crunk.
Let's move on with the show. On with the show. All
It is
right.
nuclear. That's right.
We usually begin the second half of the show by continuing
From the first
from
one.
the first half of the show, which is tech news. So
Yes.
we're gonna discuss some very very important tech news.
Breaking
Windows
news.
Windows 10. Let's begin with some Windows 10 stuff.
That's right around the hour.
Yeah, Windows what?
I was gonna say right around the corner, but it's like tomorrow.
Yeah, Windows 10 release to market date is tomorrow.
Yep.
Ready or not?
Here we
So
come.
there's some articles here on them silently preloading. I like these articles. Seem like the titles are worded so carefully. Like Microsoft is silently loading the Windows 10
Like it's a covert operation.
software. Yes,
Yeah.
like they were really doing it without your foreknowledge or something like
Except
that.
there's an article on it from
Yeah,
Guru
except
3D.
there's articles on it. Or this one. Windows 10 might already be downloading on your Windows 7 and Windows 8 PC, whether you like it or not. Sneaking in there in the back door
It's bloatware.
with its installation package,
Microsoft likes the back door.
Just-
you know what I'm saying?
loading it right in there. Anyway,
Slotting in.
so have you guys signed up for Windows 10 yet?
I reserved it.
You reserved
I
it?
reserved my upgrade.
So you can do a reserve right now. Reserving basically will get you higher priority to actually get your actual key. So
Yeah.
current users of Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 8.1 can upgrade to Windows 10 for no cost, $0. That's their deal because Microsoft really wants lots of people to be on Windows 10, which makes a lot of sense. Because when you have a splintering of the platform, it's a lot more difficult on like software developers and that sort of thing. And at a certain period in time, it's no longer the case because Windows XP is end of life. But you had Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1.
You forgot Vista in
Oh,
between.
no, I'm sorry. You had Windows
and
XP,
7.
Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 8.1 were all on the market at the same time and all being actively supported by Windows.
Yep.
Or by Microsoft, I'm sorry. So yeah, the deal right now from Microsoft is that if you have 7, 8, or 8.1, like legit full licenses, that you can automatically like sign up for Windows 10, and your old Windows key becomes a Windows 10 key.
Right.
And after that, they treat you as if you have like a full legitimate. Don't hit the mic.
Sorry, it's so close.
It's got to be close.
Mike's fault.
That pop filter.
I did nothing.
We can also like talk really
Hi,
close.
I'm Seth Raj.
Jesus.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
There's volume. I don't know why there's volume.
Why are you watching Newegg TV videos?
I was going to send a link to the Windows XP end of life video that we did.
Oh, the Windows XP and the
I
live
thought it was
video. You're right,
appropriate.
that was good.
Good
Okay.
times.
All right, then you're okay to watch Newegg TV videos.
I'm redeemed.
All right. So, Windows 10 devices are supposed to go on sale tomorrow. That's July 29th, by the way. And if you do decide to do the upgrade, so right now, since there's still a little bit of time, if you guys want to go and you have the little Windows 10 icon in your system tray that pops up there, you can do that and you can hit the reserve button, and then you kind of get on the list. Other people who you can still reserve, you can still get it free after tomorrow. Up for a year is what they're promising right now. But if you want it first, you need to go and do that reserve thing. So I did that
Right.
for a couple of my systems.
Yeah.
And then it's up to you after that, like when you actually want to go ahead and upgrade to Windows 10 and all that stuff. Not going to talk a whole lot about like using Windows 10 and everything because I haven't really dabbled in it too much. But Cortana is something we've talked a little bit about here already.
Yeah.
And
I'm excited for it.
I kind of like Cortana. I kind of want Cortana to like be mean for some reason.
Just to have like a grudge against, like
Just to be very
bitter and
dismissive,
cynical,
dismissive
like really
and cynical about things. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. That should be an option for Cortana. You should be able to change the mood,
Yeah.
and how depending on the day.
Cortana,
maybe.
search MySpace.
Fine.
Like, what the hell? 2008 wants its search query back.
Again, you lazy bastard. Okay.
Sweet.
But anyway, yeah, guys, Windows 10. I'm optimistic about Windows 10.
Yeah, me too.
I guess I'll leave it at that.
Especially
for now.
given their history, where they've always had like the on-off OS.
Yep.
Like one OS
the
came
other
out, it was like awesome. The next one came out, it sucked. The next one was awesome. So I feel like that was like kind of how it was recently. Windows 7 was awesome. Windows 8 kind of flopped, and Windows 8.1 was kind of like a scrounging of like trying to get it back.
8.1 wasn't really a new release. I mean, it was.
No, I know it was
like a patch.
exactly. And then hopefully Windows 10 will now be Awesome. Again.
Cool. All right. Excuse me.
Good thing.
Next up, are you guys familiar with Backblaze? Backblaze? I think. Jesus.
Sorry.
How was that?
It's dusty in this
All
garage.
right, Backblaze. It's not dust. Actually, yeah, it is kind of. Backblaze, they have a data center. I think they have multiple data centers. No, they say data center singular in this article.
Right.
And they publish hard drive reliability reports. Now, a couple things I want to point out right from the get-go here. One is that this is not necessarily meant to be a pure like scientific study on hard drives. They do have a pretty decent sample size. They do how many? At the end of Q2 2015, they had 47,561 drives. They didn't put all of those in the report, so the report they published is on 46,038 hard drives, spread across 21 different hard drive models, all ranging from 1.5 terabyte to 8 terabytes in size. And they've done these reports before, and there's the reason these are interesting for folks like us is because Backblaze is unique in that they don't use enterprise drives.
Right.
They don't use like the high-end drives. They use consumer drives to save money, but they have lots of them, and they're all set up to be redundant and whatever. So
Sure.
But they have failures, of course, on the drives, and they record those and they report them.
Right.
So here's a quick chart to look at. Hard drive annual failure rate.
Ooh, what's that 3 terabyte one?
Well, and bear in mind here, the gray bars, the bar on the left in each vertical
Column
thing is last year, and the colored bar on the right is this year, or at least this year so far, January to June. So for the first half of 2015. So you'll note Seagate in the past has gotten reamed pretty hard in these because Seagate's drives, at least their consumer drives in an enterprise environment, have not done very well.
Right.
A lot of people would say, well, that's not fair because they're not made for that environment and whatever. But like it or not, Backblaze uses a bunch of these drives, and some of them fail, some of them don't. So you'll notice here, though, that Seagate's improved
quite a bit
going from last year to this year. They had a big drop here from in the 40% range down to less than 25%. Their 3 terabyte drive, which was a big problem for them in the past.
Right.
Their 1.5 terabyte failure rate went up a little bit. Same with their 4 terabyte rate. WD suffered a little bit here. Their 3 terabyte and 6 terabyte drives increased. HGST just like damn, very nice HGST. And they have them all broken down here by failure rates, all going back to 2013. And all the different models and everything, so you can look at those individually if you are so interested.
Why didn't they include 1 terabyte drives? I wonder.
Well, because they buy in bulk, and the drives that they only have a few of, they don't include in this.
I see.
They're trying to keep it somewhat scientific. So if they had too few of a quantity of a specific model, then
wasn't enough of a sample size.
They don't view it as why is your color all weird?
Flux.
Oh, yeah, Flux on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flux is awesome.
Flux.
Good.
Okay. Here's the failure rate for 4 terabyte drives, and you can see this is percentage-wise. So even though 45 WD drives failed, they're going by percentage of drives that they put in there all together.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Interesting.
I find this kind of interesting to look at, just because for one really cool thing that you can get out of this report that Backblaze does is you can get some really good recommendations on drives that will probably last you a long time. So
Sure.
for instance, I'll ignore the 3 terabyte range. For if you want a 2 terabyte drive and you're shopping for one right now, the HGST 2 terabyte drives have been exceptional. After 4+ years of service, their cumulative failure rate is just 1.9%.
Wow.
So if you're interested in a 2 terabyte drive, the HGST model HDS72202ALA330.
Rolls off the tongue.
You guys get that?
Rolls off the tongue.
Yes. That's been an all-star performer, and it's available on Amazon for $56.43.
Wow.
So 2 terabyte drive that you can have a pretty good recommendation for long-term reliability for $56 right there. Hey,
That makes
a good one.
AGST like the most underrated. Yeah, that's what I said. HGST, like the most underrated hard drive manufacturer,
Yeah.
because I feel like they're not nearly as talked about as WD or even Seagate.
They're not as widely. They don't sell to the consumer as much. HDST is also a
But-
Western Digital company.
Sure, they don't.
Although
I mean,
the fabs are still separate.
That's
from
what I mean,
They're,
though,
they're
like-
still in the process of like merging them together since they were acquired.
Yeah.
If you're in the market for a 4 terabyte drive, though, Seagate actually has a cumulative failure rate of 3% and a street price of $131 for the Seagate 4 terabyte, or the HDST
deal.
4 terabyte. Which is a little bit more expensive, $175. Actually, that's actually quite a bit more expensive. But that's got a cumulative failure rate of 1.18%.
Wow.
Anyway, so if you guys are shopping
Sweet.
for hard drives, some actually good recommendations.
These are all consumer grade hard drives. These are not enterprise meant
Those
for
are
like
all
server
consumer drives.
solutions.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
Sweet.
All right, a little bit more hardware news here. New motherboard from Asus. Now, there's a lot of new motherboards that are coming out soon, or so we hear, for Skylake, but we're not talking about those yet. So here's a quick in between. Asus has launched an X99M-WS Micro ATX. So this is a workstation Micro ATX board,
Okay.
and I think it's pretty sexy. Look at that. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I like it.
I like it.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean,
son.
just as no nonsense, but Asus
It's-
for a few years now, they've been doing this with their workstation boards. Like, they look
Very
like they're
sexy.
seriously made for work, but they got some aesthetics going on too. I mean, there's no mismatched colors here. There's
Oh,
no
yeah.
ugliness popping out at you,
Right.
and it looks serious, but it looks like
Sexy too.
It looks sexy.
Down for business.
So just give you guys some specs here. It's of course going to support Haswell E processors, socket 2011 version 3. It's also going to support, since it's a workstation board, some Xeon E5 V3 models. So that's another possibility. 8-phase VRM for the CPU, 2 plus 2-phase VRM for the memory, up to 64 gigs of quad-channel DDR4. It's got 4 DIMM slots, which is really all you can expect for a micro ATX board. 3 PCI Express by 13 slots.
I like that.
1, 2, 3.
I like
and
that it's
as well
got
as a
3.
PCI Express by 1 there in the middle.
Right.
And then it's got 2 gigabit Ethernets. Both are Intel i2110 gigabit controllers. And it's also got 802.11 AC Wi-Fi with Bluetooth 4.0 WLAN. 2 USB 3.1 ports, both Type A. 6 USB 3.0 ports, and 8-channel Asus Crystal Sound audio.
Beautiful.
I think that's pretty nice.
That's really. Any price?
That's nowhere on pricing yet.
Okay.
No, as far as we can tell, I don't.
Workstation boards
think
from
so.
Asus are a little bit pricier.
Yeah,
I'd say that's probably.
I might have seen around $300.
Yeah, I
which
would
is
say.
a lot for a micro ATX board, but it's
250,
X99 and blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit Asus up and see if I can get my hands on one of those. 'cause
Sexy.
It looks like a nice little board. The best competition I would say actually for the EVGA micro ATX X99 board, which is one of the only viable ones in the micro ATX
Yeah.
space that's out there.
Right.
Okay, NVIDIA, their next generation architecture
Pascal?
is called Pascal. So this is just a really quick article on it. The original article is actually from Fudzilla, but this one's from PC Perspective. So Pascal, and there's a picture of it there. It's a successor to Maxwell,
Ooh yeah.
and it's got all the next gen stuff that we've been seeing with AMD's Fiji or the Fury cards, but now it's Pascal. So 17 billion transistors,
Nice.
which is pretty insane when you consider that Maxwell, or like a Titan X had, what did a Titan X have? 8 billion. Yeah, Titan
Yeah.
X had 8 billion. So this is more than double the transistors of Titan X. Up to 32 gigs of HBM2 memory. We've mentioned that before. Still on a FinFET process, but 16 nanometer.
insane.
So they're jumping from 28 all the way down to 16. And then the transistor size is close to 2 times smaller than Maxwell, which is how they're able to pack so many transistors onto a relatively small die size.
Right.
We're expecting this in 2016. There's a image of planar transistors versus 3D FinFET transistors, and HBM 2.0. So NVIDIA, as far as we know, is skipping on the HBM that AMD's working with,
Yeah.
the version
1.0.
1 that the Fury cards have. They're going straight to 2.0. That is the future. I'm excited to see cards based on it.
But you were also saying last week that AMD might have some leverage on HBM2.
Yes.
They might have some extra access that NVIDIA doesn't have because they're working with SK Hynix and whatnot.
AMD kind of got the jump on that. That was one of the things. And this is something that's like played out for AMD in the past when they've guessed right. Certain things like integrating the memory controller onto the CPU, which they did like all back in 2005 or 2006 or something like that. And the times when they've made bets on where technology is going to go and kind of gotten a leg up on it has been something that's allowed AMD to jump ahead in the past. So that could be cool. Who knows? I'd love to see a resurgence from AMD when it comes to the HBM2 cards next year.
Yes.
But time will tell.
Cool.
All right, here's another little bit of tech news. This is a new monitor from Samsung. I only brought this up because it was kind of unique. It's a monitor with wireless charging built into the base.
Okay.
Which...
No,
is that cool or not?
That's cool. I think that's cool.
So here's a picture. You know,
you got
a Samsung. Of course, you got a Samsung wireless charging.
Because eventually,
phone.
you know, every phone, every high-end phone is going to have wireless charging. So
I think that makes good sense. Assuming you like the mount or the stand for the monitor, of course, to have it integrated there. So you just take your phone, set it right there while you're using it. So this is a Qi wireless charger. It's also got AMD FreeSync built into it. Here's another article from SlashGear, because it has a couple other pictures of it. So it looks like this has kind of a white housing, which is kind of different and unique.
not a fan of the white.
It's available in a couple sizes, 23.6 and 27 inch. The model, by the way, wait, what's the model? I had the model up here just a second ago. Where'd it go? The SE370 is the model on this one.
It's PLS, right? Samsung's usually PLS.
It's PLS, which is Samsung's version of IPS.
Right.
PLS is pretty much equivalent to IPS. 178-degree viewing angle, an HDMI 1.4, DisplayPort 1.2, and a D-sub. Weird that it has a D-sub. And only 1920 by 1080 resolution, though, which was kind of like, I don't know. But I just wanted to pop it up there because I thought it was kind of a unique thing to integrate into a monitor. What other things do you think could be integrated into a monitor that would be like
more pixels,
useful, other than more pixels or better color depth or something like
that? Can opener.
That'd be useful. Just take the bottle up to the monitor.
Bottle opener. Geez, what else could you do?
I don't know. There's the possibilities. There's so many possibilities.
USB Type C maybe would be pretty sweet.
Oh, USB Type C for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. All right. And here's what probably is actually the most important story of anything that we're talking about today. Way more important than anything we discussed on Kyle's.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
IBM has unveiled the worst first. Did I just say that? The world's
I'm taking this away from you.
7-nanometer chip.
Been stripped away. This beer is going into foster care.
Don't take my.
You're no longer a fit parent for this beer.
I will take good care of this beer.
You bastard. All right.
This is fine beer. All right, IBM has unveiled the world's first 7-nanometer chip. 7 freaking nanometers.
Jeez.
Look at that. It's on that dude's finger.
Wow.
Doesn't matter like the manufacturing process as long as it fits on somebody's finger, and you can be like, look how many. Now, I guess you could say how many transistors are on that person's finger.
Yeah.
All right, so this is IBM working along with Global Foundries, Samsung, and SUNY, S-U-N-Y, which is a
sounds like a Korean company.
Something University in New York. Yeah, New York.
Wow.
Having such a hard time.
You're on a roll tonight.
My pronunciation. New York.
New York.
All right, now I want to point out right at the beginning here is that commercial 7-nanometer chips are still a couple years out, so we're looking at more like 2017 time frame.
Yeah.
But they've actually built one, which is cool. And what else can we say about that? Look, there's a close-up picture of it. This is on a 100-nanometer scale. So the 100 nanometers is from there to there, right?
Jeez.
Now, so what's unique about these is first that they're commercially viable. It's the first commercially viable sub-10 nanometer FinFET logic chip that uses silicon germanium as the channel material.
Right.
That's right, silicon germanium.
Totally no. I'm totally familiar with that.
Only available in Germany and the Silicon Valley.
The Germans.
It's a collaboration between Germany and the Silicon Valley. Silicon germanium. That's my only.
The Silicon Valley.
Terrible. That's terrible. No. And so silicon is what most processors are made of. But as they make the processing nodes and the manufacturing processes smaller and smaller, they start to run into problems. The problem that they've run into recently is just, well, it's too small, and that you can actually maintain voltage with just a few atoms of silicon.
Okay.
So adding germanium, or using a combination of silicon and germanium as the channel material, has allowed them to bring the manufacturing process down below 10 nanometers, down to 7 nanometers. They're still using FinFET transistors, but the channel of the transistor is a silicon germanium alloy rather than just silicon. And then due to incredibly tight stacking, I have a 30 nanometer transistor pitch between each one. So you can see 100 nanometers here. It's about 30 nanometers per one, right? 100 down to 30. Yeah, that makes sense.
Clearly.
IBM claims a surface area reduction of close to 50% over today's 10 nanometer process. That's saying today's 10 nanometer process, but 10 nanometers is like Cannon Lake, which is not out today. What's out today or soon is Skylake, which is 14 nanometer.
Right.
Anyway, they're targeting though at least a 50% power. So 50% power reduction.
Okay, so it's super power efficient.
50% power reduction,
That's
50%
huge.
Performance improvement. Is what they're saying.
Really?
Here. That's pretty massive.
Over
10 nanometer, according to what they're saying here.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and the reason they're going with silicon germanium is to help increase electron mobility on smaller nodes.
Right.
Sub 10 nanometers. So, I found that to be quite fascinating.
That's pretty awesome.
And look how happy these scientists are here with their dye. One of the writes like, yeah, man, this dye is so awesome. I gotta wear sunglasses.
Those are paid actors. Little do you know.
No, dude, they got their scrubs on.
No, man, they totally have IMDb pages.
No, okay. Those are actors. Okay.
The guy was an extra in Gladiator.
Thus ended the news segment. My news segment was a little
Awesome.
bit long, but that's because the rest of my show is the rest of my show is awesome.
Long is just how you
know
do.
what I was about to talk about. All right, let's move to the next segment. shall
Sword
we?
fight. It's sword fight.
Next segment is sword fight.
Banana versus popsicle.
This is where Kyle and I take our banana and our popsicle and we fight them together.
Clash.
Sword fight is where Kyle and I debate topics worth debating, or at least that's a theory. I'm also going to be posting a straw poll in chat, and you guys can vote on it and let us know your opinion. And that's usually what we go on.
And whoever wins the debate is the master debater.
Yes. So we're really looking for the best master debaters out there to participate with us in this massive masturbation.
It's basically a masturbation contest. If we're abbreviating
it's
things.
a masturbation. Masturbation.
Masturbation.
Okay.
Masturbation for short.
And I'll be honest, I was kind of in a dark place, I think, when I was... No, I'm not there yet.
Maybe after this beer you'll be there.
I will be... No.
Try to get you
I
there.
don't know, when we were looking up stuff earlier, I was just feeling bitter and negative for some reason.
Well, yeah, you do have an Oh Joy
Alright.
segment in this episode.
I do have an Oh Joy segment. That's coming up soon.
You can always know when you're having a rough...
So here you go, guys. This is from Ars Technica, and there's a gaming version of the Myers-Briggs test, right? Right here. So
a
I'm gonna
gaming version?
A
Is that what you
gaming
said?
version.
Okay.
You should be familiar with this. You did this earlier.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm gonna actually copy this. If any of you guys are interested in chat, and taking this test yourself, it takes just a few minutes.
Briefly explain the Myers-Briggs test for those who don't know.
I don't know what a Myers-Briggs test is.
Okay, I don't either, because I was hoping you'd explain to me too.
Myers-Briggs, that's like the personality test, right?
Is that all it means?
I don't know.
Basically, how cognitive, how you think.
I'm like 70% sure that that's what it is, but if I'm wrong and I go on about, see, here's what this is. Yeah, Myers-Briggs personality types.
Okay.
Myers-Briggs, there's a foundation.
Nice.
Yes, that's it tests you and
Oh
determines your
shit!
personality.
Deus Kane's in the chat.
Deus Kane.
What's up, Kane?
Wow, he must have hacked through the firewall.
Oh, man. Good old Kane, always hacking our videos.
Oh yeah. Okay, so point being, wait, I have a point here, right? Yeah. So you guys, you take this test and it kind of judges you, right? Based on your responses, and it gives
You're
you
not judge, lest you be judged.
and it gives you a different, so these are different people based in, wow, some of these people have very vastly different preferences when it comes to games. So Kyle and I actually already took this test, and we will be revealing the results to you very soon. But what I want to know from you guys, and this is the straw poll that's going to go along here, and Kyle and I are going to debate this.
We're going to master debate it.
We're going to master debate this. So the motivation here, they're talking about the motivations for gaming, and what motivations align with you to make a game that you enjoy. And that's what a lot of the questions in the tests are geared towards. So
Yes.
The motivations here are going to be action, immersion, creativity, social, achievements, or mastery. Now, I would go and explain to you guys what each of these are, but I don't want to. No. Okay, action is gamers with high action scores are aggressive and like to jump in the fray. Mastery is gamers with high mastery score like challenging game experiences with strategic depth and complexity. Achievement means you're driven to like more power, more items, more collectibles. Grinding. Social means
Grinding.
Social's grind. Social means like you're grinding up on all the other gamers. Makes perfect sense.
That's my pick.
Immersion means you want like a really good storyline, a really good narrative. You want
Right.
well thought out characters and that kind of thing.
True.
And creativity is like the Minecraft, I think, is what pops into my head.
Sure.
You want to be experimenting, trying out, testing the rules of the game, and just kind of having a sandbox like environment.
Yeah.
So Kyle, which of these are you going to champion right now? Which of these are you gonna master debate?
Okay. Honestly, I think it's a kind of a combination. For me, it's a combination of the two. Because immersion is my first pick.
If you guys are doing the straw poll, by the way, you can choose more than one answer. I think I did that. Yeah.
Immersion is my first pick because when I play a game, I want to be completely immersed in it, obviously. But I want that immersion. That immersion, for me, personally, usually comes from action.
Yeah,
so immersion and action are probably the two biggest for me. Because I have very bad ADD.
That is at odds. That is at odds with your test results, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is this mine?
Yeah, this is yours.
Okay.
According to your test results, you should be going action and social.
Action and social. Okay. All right. Well, I lied somewhere. But
immersion.
Immersion's still pretty high up. I mean, it's probably one of the lowest, actually. But okay, this test sucks, is what it is. Wait, go back to mine.
Okay.
So I scored highest on because I took this test. I answered whatever questions.
Show people yours.
Action and social. Yeah, you can show them.
This is Kyle's results.
Action and social is my highest one, and yeah, that's true. I guess when you were telling me, Paul, like what do I fancy most, I wasn't really thinking multiplayer games.
So you're saying you didn't read the instructions before you took the test?
I took the test and I read the instructions, but your question for Sword Fight, I wasn't exactly. For whatever reason, I wasn't considering multiplayer as a factor. I was thinking a single player game, like Mass Effect or something like that.
Okay.
Where action immersion is kind of where I fall in. But a multiplayer game, obviously, I love multiplayer games more than single player games too. Especially now that we have like a really fun crew that we play with regularly. It just adds a whole new dynamic to the game itself.
We're gonna play tonight. It's
and
gonna be awesome.
It's very important. No, we're not
Except
gonna
for
play.
Kyle.
I'm gonna play. You're gonna play still?
I'm still on the fence. Let's talk about that later.
Okay.
All right. So argue your damn point.
Action and social. Damn it, they're the most important ever.
Okay, because action.
Because action. Why are you gonna play a game that sucks?
Yeah.
Because clearly. Yeah, fight that. Argue that shit right there.
All right, and social.
It's like arguing with a 5-year-old.
And social is important.
And social, because what are you, a loser?
You're some kind of loser not talk to people. You're just gonna hang out by yourself
asshole.
and not interact with other people.
As Cell would say, "Are you in leave me alone mode?" Fucking asshole. Yeah. All right.
Good argument, Kyle.
Word.
Here's my results. So I would argue social as well, but Kyle already argued that.
Yeah.
Social and action are actually high up on my lists, but since Kyle already took those, I have to go for immersion and mastery.
Okay.
So what do those mean again?
Mastery is just like getting fucking amazing at the game.
And mastery is
like you're a god.
Okay. So mastery is like, why you want to play a game if it's easy, right? Like, what are you, one of those people who like enters the god mode cheat and like just plays as god mode the whole time? That's stupid. It's boring.
It's so fun.
Like you need a challenge, and that's why you need mastery. Is because you need to work at something to get better at it, to then achieve it. It gives you a better sense of accomplishment, and it's just better overall. Now, the other thing that I was going to argue about is immersion, and that's just like that's like basic character development, right? look at the narratives amongst our in the the types of narratives. Don't knock your beer over. Look at the stories that resonate with people now, right? They're like Lord of the Rings, for example. That's based on a well-developed narrative that like he wrote like pages and pages of history for characters like are dynamic and they build each other up over time. And that's why I'm right. Okay. that's just
we'll end it there. We'll quit while you're ahead.
Too long. All right. I want to see what you guys think.
All right.
Look at the results. Immersion. I win. Again.
Bull. Well, I argued immersion too.
You did?
But yes, I argued immersion.
No, you argued action and social.
I argued all three. I cheated. That's why I win.
I argued immersion and mastery.
It'll be damned if I cheat and don't win.
So people really like immersion, though. That's
well, yeah.
It's good to know. Immersion.
So
any of you game developers out there watching, I know we have a huge number of game developers watch our show. Immersion scores interesting narratives, characters. We just want a good story.
Yeah.
I think that's what it comes down to. Actually, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Because regardless of the type of game, like I play games like oh crap, what's that one with Drake?
Uncharted.
Yeah, Uncharted.
Amazing
example.
game.
Uncharted is a game
on PC.
that's like it's got your character development there. Development in there.
It's a movie. You're watching a good movie, well-written movie.
And that's one of those ones where it's like, regardless of the style of the gameplay, I've had people who just watch the game because it's like watching a movie develop.
Yeah.
And kind of unfold before you.
Right.
And
becomes like a higher element of it becomes an art form basically. Like how film is like an art form. Like obviously making games is art too.
However,
you can incorporate the film cinematic aspect.
And Exodus, and Chad just pointed this out. This gives us no basis for explaining the recent popularity of Rocket League.
This is very true.
No character development in Rocket League.
That's where action comes into play.
That's been my complaint about Rocket League, is that I really need some more backstory here.
I don't know what my...
Where did the car driver's motivation come from? Why is the ball so big?
Why is my car struggling?
How come I can jump and then jump again?
Why does he wear a top hat all the time?
Why is the car wearing a top hat? That's really what it comes down to with Rocket League.
Something in childhood? I don't know.
Let's move on to the next...
what do we got next, Paul?
Next sword fight.
Keep us going here.
I was trying to point out that I was in a dark place as I was researching...
So depressing.
I don't know why. As I was researching, sometimes you
haven't played Rocket League in like 20
sometimes
hours.
You just get pessimistic and negative, and you like to point out pessimistic and negative things, and that's kind of where I was. So the rest of this show is going to be just a downward spiral into, I guess, negativity and fear mongering.
Oh, that sounds so joyous.
All right, so here's another Ars Technica article.
Artica?
Ars Technica artica. Can
we get a montage of?
So you guys like maintaining anonymity on the internet? Like if you're doing stuff, you like being able to like not necessarily say who exactly you are. So let's say you've just got yourself set up and you're using Tor, right, to anonymize your internet traffic, and
of course,
you've got a bunch of firewalls, and you're maybe you're Deus Kane, right, and you're that kind of guy, and like no one knows what the hell you're doing online. Well, guess what? Anonymity can be shattered, even on Tor, by this new methodology.
Okay.
There's no pictures. No pictures at all. This is a stupid article.
It's a graph? I got a graph there.
All right, here's a graph.
Yeah, show the
graph is talking about keystrokes, right?
Oh, that's boring as hell.
It's not boring. So here's what they're doing, right? They're using your keystroke data just by listening to tell what's being typed.
Really?
Yeah. Because everyone types a little bit differently. The pauses between keystrokes, for example. So the technique collects user keystrokes as an individual enters usernames, passwords, or other data into a website. After a training session that typically takes less than 10 minutes, the website or any other site connected to the website can then determine with a high degree of certainty when the same individual is conducting subsequent online sessions. Profiling works by measuring the minute differences in the way each person presses keys on the computer keyboards. Since the pauses between keystrokes and the precise lengths of time each key is pressed are unique for each person. So the profiles act as a sort of digital fingerprint that can betray the owner's identity. So regardless of what kind of crap you have installed on your computer, it's like anonymize and encrypt and all this kind of stuff.
Your typing gives it away.
As long as they can hear you type, they can tell what's
So just
being
disconnect
typed.
all your mics when you're typing.
Yeah, so you got to
Forever.
disconnect all the microphones.
Right.
So my question is here: after finding this out, after finding this information out, I'm going to post this question in chat so Kyle and I can debate this. Question is: do they know?
Yes. Oh God, run.
Do they know?
They know.
Okay.
That's my answer.
So you guys need to help us answer this question. Do they know?
They know. They know.
Okay. Kyle and I are going to debate this.
Of course they know.
Kyle's obviously already going with yes, they do know.
Yes.
I, on the other hand, am going to say no. There's no way they could know.
You're wrong.
There's no.
You're
possible
wrong.
way.
They've got our keystroke audio now.
All right, so Kyle, go.
They've got
tell
that.
us. Tell us why they know.
Google's looking at us through our webcams on our computers and stuff. I mean, we talked about that a week or two ago. I mean, they know. That's it. That's all I got.
Look, there's no way that they could know.
Naive.
I'm not.
Naivety.
Look, it's just too important.
Ignorance.
It's too important. Look,
Shame.
we've taken every possible precaution, okay? We've gone over this
And still.
multiple times in planning meetings.
Still.
Everything is encrypted. We have 256-bit AES encryption,
Means
hardware
nothing.
secured.
Means nothing.
There's just, I mean, then think about the repercussions if they did know. That's what it comes down to. Wouldn't we have received some kind of information at this point? Wouldn't we have a tip-off that they knew?
Because they don't want
It's-
us to know.
If they don't,
They know,
If they know, but they
but-
don't want us to know that they know.
Deus Kane knows by now. He's probably already hacked into the show. and-
Well, we're not talking about Deus Kane. I mean, that's
but if he knows, they know.
it's kind of he's an outlier.
He's-
He's in his own territory out there.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm
The Matrix has us. According to
concerned.
Cell.
I'm concerned that they might know. Anyway, let's see what you guys think. If they know, or do they know, or do they not?
Manic says they're behind you, Paul.
know? What?
What?
Jesus!
Damn it! They're invisible too.
Don't scare us. Like
Damn
that.
it!
All right.
All right, what do we got?
Oh God, they know.
I told you.
They know.
Yes, kill the stream
Run!
now.
All right, we gotta kill the stream. we need to move.
We should just end the show one day.
Just kill
They
the
know.
stream right there. We're out of here.
and they never were seen again.
Both of our YouTube channels gone.
It's deleted. All social media. Yeah,
Ah, Illuminati.
we're off the grid.
Illuminati's everywhere.
Beautiful.
Okay. All right.
Beautiful.
So, and it's maybe the strangest segment of Swords Fight that we've ever done in the past. But hey, we're keeping things moving
I
here.
feel so conspirious.
So on that same note, we're moving on to Oh Joy.
Oh joy.
Oh Joy is
Joy.
a segment that I've done once or twice before, where basically we discuss some serious problems and we provide zero solutions. That's really what it comes down
Perfect.
to. Zero solutions.
Because that's just
you know what I should do?
just how classy we
I
are.
should have this queued up.
There you go.
All right. So
By the way, I got a Johnson.
Oh,
Before we
yeah.
go any further, Lenny from Redmond, Washington. Thank you, sir, for picking up a CPU cooler shirt.
Lenny Johnson,
You get a Johnson, brother.
beautiful Lenny.
Hey,
I should check my Johnson. Too.
check your Johnson. You
Checking
should
the
check your
Johnson.
Johnson regularly.
I should.
If you're not checking your Johnson, I mean,
Did I say Michael yet? I don't know if I said Michael or not.
I don't think so.
Michael Johnson.
Hey, it's Manic.
Yeah.
It's Manic right there.
What?
Manic Geek.
It is?
Michael? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Oh, you're right. It is.
Yeah.
TMG,
It
what's
says
up?
right there.
What?
TMG.
Michael's not necessarily a common name or anything like that.
I just know, though.
Okay, well, that's
Michael
good.
and I have
That's good.
have a thing.
Thanks, TMG.
Yeah.
Enjoy those English pub glasses.
There you go.
Fantastic. Beautiful. All right. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Oh, joy. So let's jump right in here. And we're going to talk about some stuff that's it's really frightening. This is a bionic eye implant.
Eye implant.
Yes,
Okay.
an eye implant.
For people who are blind or don't have an eye.
So this macular degeneration, I believe, is the term that you're looking for. Macular degeneration. So here's Fergus Walsh.
What does that mean in layman's terms? Just tell me straight up.
Macular degeneration.
You don't have an eye?
immune
eyeless?
stuff looks like that.
So
So the vision, age-related macular degeneration can cause the
So it's like reverse
like-
glaucoma.
like the center of your vision to be
inverse.
blurred out
Interesting.
or unable to see it or whatever.
Okay.
So Fergus Walsh here, like
That's what
look,
he sees.
that's what he sees walking around with macular degeneration.
Well, that sucks.
But he's like, no, I'm not going to stand for that.
Getting an eye plant.
He's going to get a bionic eye implant.
Eye plant. I'm gonna call it an eye plant. Made from Apple.
A biplant. A bionic eye implant. A biplant.
company
So
needs it.
this is this is quite a breakthrough because it's bionics, the fusion of man and machine, if you will.
So it looks like Google Glass with
No, it's
little
way
thing on it.
more advanced than that.
but it's actually going somewhere.
Yeah.
That's the difference, I guess.
So the way this works is the eye implant received visual information from a miniature camera that's mounted on the glasses that the patient's wearing here, Fergus Walsh. The images are converted into electrical pulses and transmitted wirelessly to an array of electrodes attached to the retina.
Okay.
So that's where he's got an array of electrodes attached to his retina.
He's hardwired in.
That's pretty crazy.
Into the
The
matrix.
electrodes stimulate the retina's remaining cells, which sends the information to the brain.
Uh-huh.
And this is the first step on the road to cyborg superhumans who will enslave us all.
Oh no.
That's a bit of a
We're,
leap.
we're
That's a
going
bit
back
of,
to Skynet.
That's a
aren't
bit of a
we?
leap by me at the end there, but this is the Oh Joy segment, and I have to somehow twist everything into a doomsday situation.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, we're talking about bionics here, and as much as I'm sure this gentleman has benefited from this,
He's going to die.
I'm concerned. It concerns me. See, like there's a quick little diagram of how this all works, as you can see, and at the end here, this is clearly a targeting array of like these are the humans.
Yeah.
And those are the targets who should be killed.
Beautiful.
Anyway, so cyborgs will be coming to enslave us all, and everyone
There's no doubt.
Everyone watch out for that.
Watch your butts.
Okay.
got
Next
probes.
up, we have robotic surgery. Right. This is also
A lot of robots in this episode.
This is also a BBC News article. Robotic surgery has been linked to 144 deaths in the United States, and there you can see this just unholy cacophony of robotic arms and other things.
So by robotic surgery, you mean the
Protruding
robot
from
is
this person's
conducting
abdomen.
the surgery? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, why are robots doing surgery? That's my question. I don't have a robot to park my car. Why are they performing surgery on people?
Jeez.
Robot surgery.
It doesn't seem like they're quite ready for surgery. I
Okay,
would be
well,
terrified if I had to get thrown under the knife or something. And
Even though this is Oh Joy and I like to exaggerate things, I should point out the robots are being controlled by a human.
I see.
That takes so much of the wind out of my sails when I'm talking about how are these robots able. Clearly the robots have vast knowledge of our like genetics and what's the other word I'm looking, biology, structure. You have to probe
Yes,
for
all of those things.
muscle tone and skeletal girth. It's a new technique.
Do you think part of the reason why there's been so many deaths with these human-controlled robot surgeries is because the doctors operating them are like these old-timers who have never played a video game? They've never used a joystick, or they don't have like the motor functions that you might
possible.
have as maybe a first-person shooter gamer. Like maybe we should just get like Cell. Like let's just get Cell Processing to take over all of the robotic surgeries from now on. Who has like he's a hardcore gamer, plays like all the time. And maybe we'll see the number just reduce. Like
That's
no deaths in the next 2 years.
That solution has been floated like in Congress many times before. It just you can't get the funding behind it. Cell's too expensive.
I know.
But
He's
all right. So
pricey bastard.
they're listing here 1,166 cases of broken or burned parts falling into patients' bodies.
he says he can do it.
Okay. You just got to bring that price down, Cell.
Yeah,
You're
a little steep.
You're asking a lot here. Okay. Electrical sparks in unintended charring and damaged accessory covers are linked to 193 injuries, including the burning of body tissues. And the loss of quality video feeds and or reports of system error codes are said to have contributed to a further 41 injuries and 1 death. So robot surgeons must be stopped, but we have no way to stop them. And just like the
Skynet.
just like the cyborgs from the story that we've already told you about in the story prior,
Yes.
the cyborgs and the robot surgeons, combine those together, and what do you have? A
T-1000.
robot surgeon cyborg with bionic eye implants,
Someone
who
help.
wants nothing more than to drop broken or burned instruments into the crevasses that they've just recently cut into your body.
Yes.
Oh joy.
Oh, joy.
Okay.
Beautiful.
One last little bit to talk about here on Oh joy. This one's really special.
Okay, what do we got?
This one I laughed earlier when we were researching, and Kyle didn't ask me what I was laughing about, but this is what
I didn't want to know.
This is what it was.
Rather be surprised and shocked.
This is one's from MIT Technology Review. Researchers have harnessed the power of networked brains of monkeys and rats.
Okay.
Let me repeat that. Researchers have harnessed the power of networking the brains together of monkeys and rats.
So they now know how to get cheese off of a mousetrap? Is that what that means?
No. All right, this article has no pictures. Here's a better article with pictures. All right, so
What can the brain power of those things do?
see how the monkeys here have been
Grabbing
made into
balls?
cyborgs in order to grab balls.
Yes.
All
Very
right, so
important.
neuroscientists, excuse me,
Very
have
profound.
demonstrated the operation of the first network of brains, or a brain net. Like,
So they combine brains?
you're telling me, and do none of these words I'm saying freak you the hell out? Like, look, here.
I just don't comprehend. You need to understand. You need to like communicate.
Videos and
in-
images for computing arm movements with a monkey brain net.
So it's just a brain that's doing this.
No, it's multiple monkeys.
Multiple monkey brains
Yes.
without the monkey.
I don't know what the monkey's doing at the same time.
Is there a monkey involved, or is it just
Yes.
his brain?
Monkeys and rats.
Okay. I was wondering if like they had extracted
All
the
right, so
brain.
how
and-
afraid are you of just one monkey?
Not very.
You're not afraid of a monkey?
Not one. If it's an orangutan,
Okay.
I'm scared shitless.
Okay,
But if
all right.
it's like
Let's imagine
little,
let's go worst case scenario here. Imagine it's an orangutan. How
We're
afraid
scared.
are you? Are you
Pretty
pretty
scared.
scared? Imagine you had 20 of them, all with like freaky sci-fi like things on their heads, like Doc Brown answered the door with Marty McFly when he first showed up at his house in 1955.
and what do those do?
And all of those were combining the brain power of all of those orangutans together.
So it's like Planet of the Apes.
Yes, exactly like Planet of the... Have we learned nothing from
My
Planet of the
God,
Apes?
that is terrifying.
Yes, and scientists are doing this to combine not just a bunch of orangutans' brain power together, but also rats. Rats are filthy, deceptive creatures.
No, I don't like
who
rats.
want nothing more than to feast
Ugh.
on our
Flesh.
brain matter and our flesh.
Ugh.
And you're giving them the power of a monkey brain net.
And they're diseased.
Look at this. There's all the rats, and there's the input and the output. And here's the rats and the neural activity, and it's synchronized. And then there's the reward. What's the reward?
Water droplets.
The tears of humans.
Oh,
That's what
God.
It's our tears.
It's our blue blood.
That's it right there.
Before it's been oxygenated
All
and
right, so
turned
there's
red.
the tests they've run. This is all very scientific. It's been documented. So yeah,
No, I don't like it.
that's really what it comes down to in the story.
Oh,
Um,
joy.
is
Jesus.
first of all, my question is going to be, what sort of offerings will the monkey rat hive mind require us to make in order to continue living? Because they're going to want some kind of supplication,
Sacrifice or something.
sacrifice of perhaps a virgin or a very promiscuous person, depending on what types of.
Penis.
Sometimes they want the virgin, sometimes they want the prostitute. You never know. Or penis. And yeah, I mean, just Planet of the Apes.
I'm
It
just
all
gonna
comes
end it
back
all.
to Planet of the Apes, and we've learned nothing from that. Okay, that's the end of my of the Oh Joy segment,
Brilliant.
and we're moving into the final segment here, which
Excellent.
is Q&A,
Q&A.
and that's where we answer questions that you guys ask. So fire away.
Go.
We will answer to the best of our abilities. We'll be checking Twitter in the next few moments, as well as
In chat.
the chat
Yes.
on Twitch, and we'll try to we'll try to answer any questions that you guys might have. What What is going on here? All right. Somebody asked, "Sup?
Sup?
What's up?"
Not much. I'll tell you what's up.
Chilling,
Johnson.
man. Johnson.
We got an. And it's from John.
Oh, we got a John,
Johnson gets
John Johnson.
John gets a Johnson.
Beautiful.
From Everett, Washington. Sweet.
Very nice.
CPU cooler shirt yet again.
Oh, there's some food in there.
Hot damn. It smells delicious.
It does.
Whatever is
Okay.
over there.
I don't know what it is.
My goodness.
It smells
My
really
goodness. What? CPU cooler shirts are low already.
good. Really?
How is that possible?
Maybe it's just one size.
Maybe
Sometimes
it's-
you can get that for like just one outlying size.
What did you get, John? You got a 5X. Okay, so that's why.
That's
I
why.
don't have too many 5Xs left.
I see.
There you go, John.
All right.
Thank you,
what
sir.
other,
Appreciate it.
Windows 10. When will you upgrade? I'm gonna upgrade on at least a system soon, so I can like try it out and test it.
Yeah, me too.
All the systems, I don't know. Probably the last system to be upgraded is going to be my video editing system back there, because that system has been just really stable for me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah, you kind of rely heavily on that system, so
Okay.
you don't want to mess with it too much. Paul's dog versus Kyle's cats. Paul's dog will win.
hey, I'm sorry, Nori would destroy your cat.
Nori
Actually,
would win.
yeah,
Well, only if she could catch up to my cats. My cats are
Yeah.
very quick and nimble. So I mean,
what would be hard would be to get them to engage in like an actual fight to the death or something like that.
So okay, I have 2 cats. So 2 cats versus your 1 dog. I mean,
If they were engaged in an actual fight to get to the death, Nori would still win.
okay,
She's very
Possibly.
dense. She's a working dog.
she has a lot of muscle. You've been
but-
working her out, like
but that's
giving her
completely
roids.
out. That's completely out of character for her.
Yeah,
So that's what would be like the. I don't know if you could get her to like actually aggressively attack the cats in order to like with lethal force. That would be my
they'd probably
question.
just end up like getting catnip together.
Yeah.
Like they'd like probably turn Nori on to catnip and she'd be like, "Wow, this shit's good."
Yeah, and then they'd all hang out
I
together.
don't know why
be friends
fuck
or
Paul doesn't
something.
ever feed me this shit.
No, we
Asshole.
give her good stuff all the time.
It's not catnip. It's not catnip. I tell you.
Okay, so
Opinion on OP2. Well, funny you should ask. What is OP2?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know what that is. What is-
Offensive. Pink Panther.
Operation-
Are you going to call your build Pink Panther? Kyle?
Everyone wants me to because yours is Arctic Panther, of course, and it would match. It'd be cute.
That would be
But
cute.
I feel like there's so many people that are offering that suggestion that it makes me like not want to go with like the very common, expected, predictable.
I've been
name.
in that exact same spot myself.
Yes.
So I don't blame you.
Yes.
Um,
To be determined. Stay tuned for the actual name of my upcoming system. Oh, 1+2. That's OP2 is 1+2.
oh, 1+2.
I don't know enough about it. I haven't looked at enough. I'm not a huge phone guy. I'm sure it's great.
David Lamb on Twitter, L4MCH0P,
L4M.
asks, do you think you guys will ever collab with the bros over at KB Mod?
Yeah.
We kind of have,
Yeah.
to a certain extent. A couple years back when we were still at Newegg, we helped to set up and got 2 full system builds done for them.
Yeah.
And then they did the giveaway thing for them.
Right.
And they came over to Newegg TV at that time, and we put together some those systems.
Yeah.
And we actually had them kind of battle against each other.
Right.
I haven't done anything more with them recently. I do believe that Steve is actually going out there for the next Extra Life event that they do.
Right.
That Bob's putting together, because Bob brings like everyone to his house, and they set up like basement things, and they have just orgies upon orgies. It's just awesome. But yeah, no, I like the KB Mod guys, and I'd love to do more stuff with them. So yes, and we'll have to figure out what it is. Maybe if any of them are going to PAX Prime, I'll be at PAX Prime.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Cell asks, so no after show? I need you.
Oh,
Or I will
after show.
operate for free.
We can announce that now. So Kyle's not going to be able to make an after party this evening.
Right.
I am like on the fence. I'm really on the fence. I'm gonna try to jump on. It might just be for a short period of time, or I might even do a cop out thing if somebody else is streaming. I might just jump like into their chat
Into theirs.
and talk to people.
I'll
see how it goes.
If I do stream, it's not going to be till later tonight because
Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff to do for the wedding. So
Yeah, Kyle's getting
see.
married in a week and a half. If you guys didn't know.
in days, I'm getting married in days, which is
Yeah.
insane.
So that's pretty crazy. So
crunch time.
no blaming him for his taking some time out for
yes,
that.
yes.
Do you have any recommendations for 140 millimeter airflow fan for a silence optimized system? 140 millimeters.
Dude, the Venturi
Selmore.
fans, I know, like, yeah, I just did some ads on them, but they are
Yeah.
pretty quiet.
The air
I
ones.
tested them out.
Yeah.
They have their HF series fans, which are the high airflow. HP is good for high pressure, high static pressure for radiators and stuff. But they do have their airflow optimized fans, which are very quiet, I will
Yes.
say. Corsair does a good job too.
Other than that, Gelid makes some good ones.
Geld's cheap, and they are good. Noctua, obviously, if you want to go.
Noctua, yeah, their 140s are very nice.
You
They're
don't
more
mind them.
expensive though.
You don't mind the brown.
Enermax has some good ones. I don't know if theirs go up to 140 though. Actually, I know I have some 120s of theirs.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's
It's weird that they wouldn't.
Tony Dicatos asks, do you know of any non-conductive spray paints? He wants to paint the slots on his motherboard, RAM, and PCIe slots. The only thing I know that's completely non-conductive is Plastidip.
Right.
Other than that, different paints can be non-conductive. If a paint says it's non-conductive, then go with that. Other than that, they can have different levels of conductivity. There's like, different levels of resistance and stuff like that. But yeah, if you want to be on the absolute safe side, go with Plastidip. Or find a paint that specifically says it's non-conductive or that it's made for that purpose. Right. Yeah.
Someone wants a wedding video. Maybe. If I try to vlog the wedding, my soon-to-be wife will kill me. So
Oh, yeah.
if
You
you want to
better not
see
do
any
that.
more videos on Awesome Sauce Network or on this show, I probably won't be vlogging. Maybe I'll Periscope.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Recommendation for a 780 Ti, specific 780 Ti model of. The only one I've really worked with that's not reference is the Zotac one, and I've been really happy with it. It stays super cool. It's dead silent. It's like literally one of the quietest cards that I've ever worked with.
Yeah.
And it clocks pretty well too.
MSI does a great job. I've heard some positive things about the Asus, but I have not tested it personally.
Yeah.
And then Gigabyte, of course.
I think Asus looks the best.
WindForce 1.
I think aesthetically Asus is.
Yeah, they did a pretty
Pretty
good job on
flashy.
theirs. I like the kind of darker red, black, and gray.
Right.
What's up with Castle Grayskull?
Castle
Castle
Grayskull.
Grayskull's actually been there for a while, but I've only just recently moved it. It was kind of tucked in the corner there a little bit more. Castle Grayskull is gonna be there. I'm actually here's what I keep doing. I keep talking about doing a remodeling and stuff like that, and the more I talk about it, the more it's actually gonna happen, and I swear it will very, very soon. So I'm gonna be changing some stuff back here, working on that. I'll keep you guys updated with how it goes. I don't want to say more than that. But yeah. Anyway,
Something to look forward to.
any other questions, Bob? We have a lot of questions, guys. We're not going to be able to get to all of them.
Yeah. Save
Yeah.
some for next time.
Yeah, but we have some very good.
I think it's dinner time.
I think it is dinner
I need
time.
to eat.
We should probably cut this off, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Indeed.
We've had a wonderful time. I hope you have as well. Don't forget to give us some feedback on the videos on YouTube if you're watching them. Thumbs ups are always appreciated. And of course, continue to check out our stores. We'll let you guys know when we have new stuff there, or just buy the old stuff. The old stuff's good too.
It's all good.
I'm gonna do one last Johnson check.
Johnson check.
Which might be futile here, but just in
check.
check. Yes, Michael's my last Johnson. So,
There you go.
Michael. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thanks to all you guys who've ordered shirts during the show.
Yes,
And
thank you guys.
stay tuned. We'll be back again next week on Tuesday. The week after that, Kyle's going to be out, but I'm going to let me know if you guys have any suggestions for a replacement co-host while Kyle's gone.
Yes.
And other than that,
We'll catch you guys soon.
we'll see you soon. Yeah.
Have a good night, guys.
Take it easy.